Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a very exciting video, and that is my December 2021 bullet journal plan with me video. I had so much trouble deciding on a theme for December, but it was actually the font that I decided on, and then the rest of the spreads just came together after that. So for this theme, I actually stuck with 6 different colours and then just my black brush pen. So the 6 colours were 4 zebra mild liners, and then I used 2 brush pens. All of my materials are linked in the description if you want them for yourselves. Because I actually had so much trouble deciding on a theme for this month, I asked the people who follow me on Instagram to help me come up with some ideas, and I got a lot of people saying like a wintry, snow kind of theme, so I actually decided to use socks and mittens, which definitely make the spreads that I've made very kind of wintry and cozy, even though I've used quite bright colours. So for the title page, I drew out December in these really big block letters, and then I went over it in my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen, and then I drew 6 little doodles surrounding the title, and I really like how it came out. I actually added an extra doodle for this month because I'm so excited that 2021 is ending, so I actually decided to add a little bit of confetti to all of my spreads. And then on the left hand side I did a quote page which says, "Everything has beauty but not everyone sees it," by Andy Warhol, and I think it really brought together this whole theme, and I really enjoy how I did the quote page with the different fonts. In my spreads were really bright and I couldn't necessarily see them, so I decided to outline them all in black, and I really think it made the whole spread come together. So after finishing outlining all of the confetti doodles and everything, I moved straight on with my calendar page. Now, it wasn't until I'm actually editing this video that I realized that I made a mistake with the calendar page and the habit tracker page and all of the other pages, because I actually did one of the days wrong in this calendar spread. I was so sure that the month started on a Tuesday, and then when I was looking back on how to do my last weekly spread in November, I realised that it actually starts on a Wednesday, and it it took a lot of work to try and figure out how to fix it, but I did. So I just wanted to let you know, do not start your month on a Tuesday because it starts on the Wednesday. So for the doodles on this page, I concentrated all of the confetti doodles on the top of the page, and then all of the mittens and socks I actually put on the side, on the left hand side of the spread. For the actual calendar boxes, I was inspired by something I did a couple of months ago for my June bullet journal setup, and it's basically where you alternate between filling in the boxes and outlining the boxes, and I really like the way this looks. It makes the page look very bright, but I really like it. I tried to alternate these boxes between filled in and outlined as much as possible, but it wasn't until looking through it I realised that there's one row where it's completely filled in. It's the fourth row. I just completely filled in all the boxes, and it wasn't until after I was like, I did not mean to do that. And you see in a minute me try to fix a mistake that I think I made, but actually that's right, I made a mistake at the beginning of the calendar instead of at the end. Very complicated, just don't make the same mistake I did. For the mood tracker, I did something a little bit different. I drew the outlines of socks, confetti and mittens, and that is what I'm going to be colouring in for my moods that month. And the page looks very, very busy, and it kind of is because I had to draw 31 different like confetti doodles and gloves and sock doodles, so it looks really busy, but I think that once it's filled in, it's going to look really nice. And then here we have my expenses tracker, where I did the same title throughout all of my spreads. They all have the exact same title. I've been using an expenses tracker for the last few months, since September I think, and I've been really loving it. I use this really simple table, and I do the reason, whether it was in or out, and the total of how much money it was, and it has been really effective. I think it's just shown to me how much I actually spend in 1 month. It's crazy. And now we're moving on to my habit tracker. I don't know why, but I started with the doodles on this one. Now, as you can see, I have the numbers penciled out for what I wanted the habit tracker to be, but I actually changed it after thinking how many numbers I'd have to write out. So I changed it to this box layout, which you'll see in a few minutes, which is exactly what I did in my July bullet journal setup. It is very annoying because the mistake I made in the calendar reflects through all of my bullet journal threads, including the habit tracker, which is so annoying because there's actually one extra day at the beginning of the month on all of the habit trackers, and I did it the same on the weekly spread, which is next as well. Thankfully I was able to fix the weekly spread, but the habit tracker, I just couldn't figure out how to take one day off all of these little squares that I'd coloured in. For my weekly spread, I did a very simple layout with a Dutch door. So I cut out the Dutch door and then I sectioned off the amount of dots I wanted for that day. And then I did a very simple title, and then I did one little doodle on the bottom of either side of the Dutch door, and that was it. But I've actually decided that what I'm going to do is on the page underneath, I'm going to do an events tab. And then after all the mistakes and pens running out and things, I'm finally done with my December 2021 bullet journal setup. This spread brings me so much joy when I flip through it because it is so bright and I really love the way it came out. To me, it looks a bit like a candy shop and I really, really love it. And that is it. That is how my 2021 bullet journal setup came out. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my 2022 bullet journal setup. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, guys.